When George Washington became our first president, he faced a number of significant challenges. Among those challenges were problems with both France and Great Britain. France was our second largest trading partner and an ally during the Revolutionary War. But they were the sworn enemy of Great Britain, our largest trading partner, and our most recent enemy from the Revolutionary War. It wasn't easy maintaining good relations with two countries that were enemies. Washington had a hard time keeping both France and Great Britain happy during his time in office. Washington did two things that would define our relationship with both countries and Europe for many years to come. Let's take a look at what Washington and his administration did. The first thing they did that defined their relationships with Great Britain and France was issue the Neutrality Proclamation. The Neutrality Proclamation was issued on April 22, 1793. In it, President Washington announced the United States' intention to be neutral in any conflict between Great Britain and France. The Neutrality Proclamation was well-timed. Just 7 weeks before it was announced, Britain and France went to war as a result of the French Revolution. The Neutrality Proclamation disappointed the French, especially since they helped us against the British during our own American Revolution. Now, France hoped we would return the favor and help them in their war against the British. The second action Washington and his administration took that defined our relationship with France and Great Britain was a treaty signed with the British. This treaty was called Jay's Treaty. Jay's Treaty was an attempt to solve several important issues that remained between the two countries since the end of the Revolutionary War. Some of those issues included American pre-war debt to British merchants, the boundary between the United States and Canada, the existence of British forts in the Northwest Territory, and the right of American ships to trade in British colonies. The treaty was seen by many as a sellout to our former enemy. It was bitterly opposed by Democrat-Republicans and was approved by the U.S. Senate with no votes to spare. Despite the treaty's unpopularity, it did help maintain peaceful relations between the two countries for at least a decade. To sum it up, Washington set the important precedent or tradition of remaining neutral when it came to European wars. At the same time, as evidenced by Jay's Treaty, he did his best to maintain friendly trading relationships with European nations. With a few exceptions, his decisions would shape American relations with European countries from the 1790s all the way until U.S. participation in World War I in 1917.